Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, Hokey SMOKES. It was supposed to get warm, and everything was supposed to melt in the rain here in the Pacific Northwest, specifically Shelton, Washington, at the base of the Washington State Peninsula. But oh no, it rained all day yesterday. It was warm all day yesterday. It also kind of snowed periodically and then hailed periodically. And once we had a huge period of rain, hail, slush all at the same time. So it's been wet and warmish, coldish, sloppy outside. And I just waited all day before finally going walkies. And then it kind of cleared up. It was still grayish. And the weather forecast for the area said it was going to be largely clear. Very little chance of precipitation, just, it's going to be cold-ish, but not incredibly. So, to front load the video, sorry about that everybody, but if you could interact with the YouTube algorithms, toss me a like if you like what you hear and see, subscribe to the channel if you also like what you hear and see. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very cool. I enjoy comments a lot. I do my best to answer as many as I can. And of course, I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome people. They help to keep me alive. My disability barely covers my rent, and these people help to cover that, keep me fed, keep my pets fed, and that is a very good thing. So thank you, each and every one of these people. And if you'd like to help me out, there are links to my Patreon in the show more, wherever the video description is for the device you're watching, and that would be very cool. Thumbs up and thank you. YouTube preloading over. So yeah, it looked like it was going to be really, really good. And so I went out walkies, and just before I started to go out walkies, it started to rain snow. So I grabbed my umbrella, and I went out walkies, and after a time when I was walking around, my umbrella was really just annoying me, because it was like turning to one way. It wanted to sit one way, and I didn't want it to do that, and I kept opening it and going thump, thump, thump to shake any snow and ice off, but there was no snow and ice. And then I got to another spot where I had to do that, and then I shook it, and the ice that had formed on my umbrella started flying off. At that point, I was kind of going, but I hadn't really put everything together. Continuing the walk, I got down into downtown Shelton. Remember, I live in southern Shelton, and southern Shelton, well, again, we're in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State. The western half of the state has the Rocky Mountains, the Cascades going right through it. So it's very rocky, very hilly, and in southern Shelton, there is northern Shelton is kind of flat and plateauish, but then downtown Shelton's in a valley at sea level, and then southern Shelton's in all these rocky mountains that are just a tangle. I live over here in southern Shelton. I'm about 200 feet up from sea level. I get down into downtown Shelton. The sky is now clear. There's stars. Problem with that is no cloud cover. You radiate all of the heat into space. It got cold fast. Before I even got to Shelton, before I even got to the Safeway, I had gone from tromping through wet slush and snow and water to everything was covered in ice. Everything was covered in ice. There was nothing that was not slick. Roads were slick. The grass next to sidewalks were slick. Sidewalks were slick. I couldn't step and walk. I had to slide my feet forward over the ice as I was walking through downtown to get to Safeway, positive that I was going to fall at some point. But I didn't, because I took it so paranoid and frightening. I still found myself going whoop and a foot coming up and out, but I was braced on the other one, thank God. Got into Safeway, bought the stuff that I had to, ended up being very heavy, had to buy cat food, and I've talked before about how Shelton Safeway, where I have to go, it has been barren before because of supply chain issues, and it's just been snowing. It was so much worse. The dairy section is empty. I mean, literally, I like to buy yogurt. 99% of the yogurt space is empty. It is just shelf after shelf of nothing all the way through the store. You go over to the pet food section, the cat food section has just a scattering of independent cans, no boxes, nothing. The whole store is empty. Oh boy. But I bought cans of cat food. I bought a big container of cat dirt, and as it turns out, I had like 30 plus pounds on my back, and I had to carry about 10 to 15 pounds in each hand. So I couldn't use my umbrella anymore, but it was clear, right? Well, I got outside, started walking. Before I went a block, it started hailing on me. So I'm getting covered in hail, and I can't do anything about it. I just have to keep moving over everything that's covered in ice. So I get to the base of the hills to climb into southern Shelton so I can ascend by at least 200 feet so I can get to my home. And it starts to snow hard, making everything even slicker. Which was great because as soon as I got home it stopped snowing. Literally, it stopped snowing when I got home. So joy on that. But I made it. I didn't hit the ground. I carried a whole bunch of stuff. My arms are still a little shaky from that this morning. I was really annoyed by that last night. I was trying to eat stuff and my hands were like this because I'd been carrying so much. I barely made it. Both of my arms were killing me. My back was killing me. It was rough. Took about 2.5 hours to make a almost straight shot from here to Safeway and back. Oh joy, it was fun. That's the high point of the day yesterday. Mostly yesterday though, I did my vlogging, I watched videos, I tried to play some games, I did some editing because I've been doing my reactions. I finally got some reactions done, I just have to edit them daily. And then I just wasted time basically. It was time to go out walkies. So didn't do a whole lot. But when I did do it, it was terrifying. Thumbs up for that. I do want to thank people in the comments for having stated they do enjoy my world building. Thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. I know it's very busy. A lot of people don't have time to actually leave comments. And when you do, you can't leave comments on everything. And I tend to do that as well. I mean, I'll watch a video that I love from creators that I love. And there are people I've watched for years. I've never left a comment. And when I do leave comments, you can't comment on everything, so you just try to leave as pithy a comment as you can, so you really can't go in depth. But it's nice to hear periodically every once in a while, you know, it's like, hey, we like your world building. That's cool, thank you. Not asking you to go out of your way to do that because no, it's just, it was nice, so thank you. Because that also helps me. I wanted to talk about this as well, because now I'm going into the world building part. I have talked before about how there is the razor's edge is not really a location, it is a transition point that people are using as a location. It's like a beach. A beach is a transition between land and water. It's not really a location, it is a transition point. But we use it as a location. Hey, let's go to the beach. But it's always moving. That's what the razor's edge is. It's always fluctuating with those energies, but we settled there. The thing is, I've talked about how there's a huge difference. The razor's edge energy is the static buildup of the inside and the outside rubbing against each other, and that arcs and discharges all the time. And it is, in the end, even though it is creative, it is destructive. It destroys things to create new. What happened to the life before the razor's edge was formed would be like if our universe was suddenly burned into ashes, and then the ashes of that universe used to form a new land. And then imagine you're the Apple Rock Kaiju, where you've been living there, and suddenly your universe is burned to ashes, and the ashes of everyone you knew and everything you did was formed into a new universe, and now you are there in it. Forced to look at the destruction of your civilization and universe and world and forced to live in what the ashes have formed. It is ultimately destructive, although creative. And the bigger difference is the closer you get to the edge of the razor's edge, the more things break down. Whereas on the inside, where there's the infinite ocean of potential, the closer you get to the edges, the closer you are to the source, the more you have simplicity through plenty, no resource competition. It becomes more paradisical, whatever the word is, I can't pronounce it properly, but more like a paradise. And when I say it breaks down, I've talked about the character of Stovepipe Johnny. One of the things that he likes to do is just go traveling. And when you're a one person, yes, it's dangerous on the razor's edge, but when you're one person, you attract far less attention than a lot of people. So you can go off in an adventure where a couple people probably couldn't. It's 10,000 kilometers from the center to the edge of the razor's edge. Things break down the further out you get. Stovepipe Johnny's gone about halfway out. About halfway out, you don't find people anymore. And at that point, the glamours start to fall apart and not work properly. And you will reach a point that when you step ahead, they're gone. The glamours and all that, if you think, I need to go to the outside, it's always here. You feel it here, the left side. There's the outside, it's here. And the inside is here. You just have that sense. There's no real direction to it because it's a circle and you use the glamours, but you have that sense. You hit this point on the razor's edge and that's gone. All you feel is forward and back. And the closer you get to the edge, the more chaotic. You can't really see it. It's energies and such that are just blasting and raising and just, it's a hurricane of creation. Before you get to that point, just when it's starting to fade, you can still go inside and outside. But things are weird. The crossroads are just a place where people tend to use crossroads as crossroads, and the more you use stuff in the inside, the more it becomes. And so people have used crossroads, and the crossroads are a place. If you're walking, you go to the crossroads, and it's like a varsity track with exits. If you're driving, car, vehicle, whatever, it's a big, like turnaround, roundabout with exits on it. When Stovepipe Johnny hits that point where it's like, I don't like that. I don't like how all the glamours go away. He decides to head back to the inside. And so he hits the crossroads out there where things are breaking down. And the crossroads are just broken down. They're a mess. Overgrown, weeds, torn. Normally, because he's got a strong sight, you look around. He can look around and he can choose just about any exit that he wants off the crossroads. There's one. All the others, well, there's like a sign for the one that goes to Crimson Kingdom, but it's half fallen over. And there's a fallen tree and there's rocks and you'd have to climb to get off that exit. The other exits, the signposts are down. You can't even get through them anymore. So there's one exit and he decides he's going to take it. He wants to get home. And he's an adventurer. So he crawls and climbs and takes that exit. The Razor's Edge is a very dangerous place, and he discovers as he's traveling that there's something there on that exit following him, and it's taking longer to get there because it's overgrown and hard to travel. And as he's going, he can see things moving in the trees, and he goes further, he can hear it, and then there's glimpses, and then finally when he's getting closer, it's like he looks and it only slowly moves behind a tree. It's not even bothering to be stealthy anymore. And he runs. And he's mighty damn close. But he's now riding the line as hard as he can, juking. Because if you're just being followed, you can be easily snagged. But when you're riding the line, you are grabbing whichever glamour is the one for you. It's all, you can be going this way and then, that one's better. And then before you even get here, you're heading here. But now, you're going this direction. So it's trying to get him, but he's juking and kiting hard. And he just makes it out and somebody drives up. Crimson Kingdom people. And they ask him what's going on, and he realizes he is just surrounded by a bunch of scattered stuff. And when he takes off his backpack, he doesn't have a backpack. There is the plate that separates him from his backpack that's set against his back, and there are dents in it, and everything else is not there. So if he had been even just a little bit slower, the people driving by in the vehicle wouldn't have seen anyone to stop by and ask if they're okay. So things break down out there towards the edge, and it's not safe. Your odds of being eaten on the inside of the razor's edge are only small. They're never zero. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments, far less than 25. But you know what? Anything more than 0 is awesome. So thank you, each and every one of you. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. American English speaker. And even though I count American Sign Language, I have insomnia, cannabis use for pain. I have fibromyalgia, ADHD, depression. I got a whole ton of issues that make it hard to remember things. But I'm doing better. I am medicated for my ADHD. I am doing better. We have Mountain Tea and a whole bunch of owls, and good to see you back in the comments. Hopefully your Christmas was good. Yuki likes hot potatoes. Good to see you as well, and thank you very much. Florian94, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Kevin Vasquez. Apparently I'm still big on TikTok because of my little peep reaction, which is, both good and bad because I've never made a TikTok video. But lots of people have seen that TikTok. It's cool though. Hey, thumbs up. Thank you as well. And then we have Ties 2, thumbs up and thank you. Oldo Frontella, thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. We have Daz Sap, thumbs up. Sad Boy Prolific, greatly appreciated. Kermit 3475 Piggy, heck of a name, and thumbs up. Sebastian Ferris, good to see you and thank you very, very much for the comment. Larry from Space, Happy New Year. It was a new year. It was a new year, definitely. Good to see you in the comments. Zinc Z, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, I did manage to find some. Thank you, and good to see you in the comments as well. We have VAL, thumbs up, and then there is a name that I cannot pronounce. It is a whole bunch of non-English characters. I wish I could even try. I don't know how, but thank you very, very much. Michael Emily, thumbs up and thank you. And Ice Damon, good to see you in the comments as well. That's 17 people that left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciating getting out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. If only in text, if only for a short time. It is appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. And of course, real quick, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. I just ruined this entirely because I meant to say things like, I've forgotten how it goes. I mean, I think I talk about my Twitter and TikTok and Facebook. And not TikTok. I wish I had one. Almost. I'm too old for it. Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. And again, I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome people that have done beautiful and awesome things, which is to help keep me and my pets alive. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Without your help, I don't think I could do it at all. Oof. So thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciate it. And again, if you'd like to become a patron, there's a link in the show more. Don't know where that is. If you could toss me some spare change through my PayPal link down there, that'd be awesome. I have an Amazon wishlist link with cat food on it. If you could check it out, that'd be awesome. Past that, again, if you could toss me a like, now that I'm actually saying it at the right time, that'd be awesome. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That'd be very cool. Oof, I am all confused and lost and frightened. Thumbs up for that. I am only one of those three. It's not the frightened one, mostly. Still, though, you want to seek creativity, positivity, and balance in your life. I'm going to change this back here soon, no fear. And of course, Covfefe bug still raging. Please, please, please take this serious. The Omicron variant is not good. Be careful, please. Take precautions. You know what they are. Mask, wash, vax, booster, isolate, please. Oy vey. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I think, anyway, that's a very good thing.